Hello, everyone. My name is Shauna, and I'm here with Adaptive Adventures for a chair yoga class. So we'll begin. So let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position. So snuggle into whatever you're sitting on. And then use your next inhale to caress your spine, to get tall on the inhale. And as you do that, you'll engage your abdominals just slightly, just enough to pull back and keep you from slumping, right? Just a little bit there. Then allow your shoulders, let's do a couple shoulder rolls here. Let them float up, and then take your time squeezing them back and down, just to really flush out the circulation in your upper back and bring a little stimulation there. And then we'll do just a little bit of mindful awareness with our breath. So bring at least one hand to your belly. It can be both hands or one hand, whatever you like. And then you'll close your eyes. So you're sitting tall, but you're relaxed. The back of your neck is long. The crown of your head feels as though it's being lightly tugged up towards the ceiling. And you are simply the witness or the observer, not interfering, changing, or regulating anything other than just observing without judgment. So as you breathe, can you notice under your hand a slight fluctuation? When you inhale, your belly moves forward. When you exhale, your belly naturally moves back just a little. So feeling the air move the whole way down to the bottom of your lungs, and then noticing the belly expanding. And then as you exhale the whole way out the lungs and through the nose, feeling the belly naturally move back a little bit. Now let's take that and begin to expand it. So now just beginning to slowly extend the inhale, make it a little longer. And then let the exhale be even a little longer than that, slowly drawing the navel back, now helping it along, pulling it back in a little bit. Now, the next time you inhale, can you inhale right into that space under your hand? So imagine that you're inhaling down into your belly. Of course you don't, but imagine it. And when you do, you'll feel your belly expand more intentionally. And then on the exhale, letting the belly relax. And then the last third or half of the exhale, roll the lowest abdominals in and up to help you exhale more fully. So just a little bit of abdominal engagement here. So inhaling into the hand. And exhaling, letting the belly relax. And then drawing the lowest abdominals up at the end. Now this time when you inhale, and you inhale into the hand, let's hold the breath for a moment. So the belly is full and you're holding your breath for as long as you like. But when you're ready to exhale, you'll soften the belly, pull the navel in, and exhale either out of the mouth or the nose, whatever comes more naturally to you. We're always inhaling through the nose, down into the hand. Holding the breath. Getting taller as you hold the breath. And then when you're ready, exhale. And pulling the belly in and up just a little. Let's do that one more time. So intentional breath right into the hand. A little hold. And then drawing the lowest abdominal muscles in and up as you long, slow exhale. Now settling into your seated position with your hands relaxed, either palms down or palms up. We'll do just a short visualization. So eyes are still closed, spine is long, belly is toned, back of the neck is long, chest is open. And leaning back a little into the chair, envision that you are leaning against a beautiful, stout tree, maybe a tree that's 100 years old, that's seen a lot of life, that has a lot of stories to tell. We're leaning against that tree, and the tree is holding us up, letting us be strong, stable, steady, and tall. So we're borrowing energy from the tree, and the tree is gifting us with its strength. Each time we inhale, we can feel the spine, like the trunk of the tree, rise up and be strong. And then the last gift from the tree, there's light dappling through the branches, through the leaves, beginning to filter onto us. And imagine that that light, the way the tree supports us, that light now enters and illuminates us. So can you feel the brain completely lit up, shining through the third eye? Can you imagine light behind your eyes, beaming out through your closed eyelids? Can you feel light emanating in and around your ears? Light shining through the cheeks, through the chin, through the front of the neck, and maybe almost like a fluid oozing down the sides, the back of the neck, and resting in the heart center. As you inhale, imagine both shoulders are lit up with this light that's coming from above, cascading down, and then moving out to the sides, illuminating our shoulders, upper chest, upper back, and then flowing down our upper arms into our elbows, our forearms, the wrists, the hands and the fingers. Feeling that energy on the palms of the hands and on the back of the hand. So both arms are now completely illuminated, relaxed, feeling pleasantly heavy and comfortable. Taking a breath into that awareness, that light, that space inside of you. And then sighing it out. And then gently flutter your eyes open. And we'll come. Maybe you can feel a little sense of being grounded in the body like the tree. So we'll come a little bit to the front of the chair if that's comfortable for you. And we'll do a little bit of breath work here. So very simple. So take your hands and make soft fists. So either the thumbs inside or the thumbs outside, whatever's more comfortable for you. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, just slowly draw the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now the next inhale, take your straight arms all around and up. And now when you exhale, we'll fold forward, but we'll make a sound like a shh, almost like the word shoe, all right? So take another breath as you need to and look up. And when you're ready, exhale and shh. You're just driving any tension into the ground and then bring yourself back up. We'll inhale here. Exhale, draw the elbows back, open the chest. Big inhale as you circle your arms back around and up. And now the exhale. And let's do one more. So bring yourself up. Inhale here, rise up with the heart. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together and open the chest. Inhale, straight arms, circle back around and up. And now in slow motion this last time. Take an inhale here and exhale. And then inhale and come back up. All right. Take just a moment to breathe naturally in your regular way again, and notice if you feel any change in the way your body feels. All right, now this is a lot about being grounded because we want to work on our core. So let's rock your sit bones. You should feel your right and your left sit bones. We're going to rock a little bit. So you're on your left sit bones, and then you're on your right. Maybe you're picking one sit bone up, or maybe you're just leaning into the other one. So just try this a little bit, but notice that your body will naturally begin to engage the abdominal muscles just to support and stabilize your low back. All right, now let's turn our head to the direction that we're leaning. So we lean to the right, we look to the right. We lean to the left, we look to the left. And try that a few times. Working to keep yourself steady, even though we're in an imbalanced situation. All right, now next time you look to the right, keep your head to the right, but then keep looking to the right as you rock to the left. And now the head will go in opposition to the rocking. Rock to the left, head to the right, rock to the right, head to the left. So now get into rhythm with that now a little bit. And in just a moment, we'll add the arms if that's available to you. All right, so we'll take it slow. When you are leaning to the left and looking to the right, take your arms nice and easy to the right. So the left arm can be bent. It's all right, they're going to be out straight. And then as you exhale to the other side, swing your arms to the other side. So we're looking to the left, arms to the left, but we're on our right hip. Now try that back and forth. And you can decide the pace. I'm going to go a little slower here so I can really feel it. Just take the arms and swing them in the direction of your vision, which is opposite to how you're moving your hips. And you'll feel your abdominals working here. Let's do one more on each side. So arms to the right. And when you're ready, arms to the left. And then bring your sit bones back to center. And now we'll twist, because we've been working up to that, and we'll let the arms just be gentle and relaxed. So you can start really slow, just begin to move side to side. Let your arms kind of flow with you. And if you like, maybe you can take the arms a little higher. Spiral your arms so you're looking over the right shoulder and then over the left. And letting the arms do what comes naturally. And maybe you can now thump that opposite shoulder with the arm. So as you look back to the right, the left hand thumps the right shoulder and reversing to the left. Or wherever you are, just feel unrestricted. Feel as though you can just float using very little muscle energy and let yourself spin. And then bring yourself back to center. A little smaller, and bring yourself back. Now there might be, or you might feel a little bit more activation in your lower, below your navel and down, because we need to use those muscles to help us not only support when we go side to side, but also to twist. So we're going to do basically what I would imagine is like a little hula hoop. We're going to move only from the navel down to the pelvic floor if we can. So your sit bones are situated on the chair. Imagine you're going to draw a little circle with your sit bones. So you can see that I'm just moving. Your shoulders end up moving a little bit, but the emphasis is in moving from the navel down. So you're kind of smushing your sit bones in and then going towards the pubic bone, sit bone, tailbone, sit bone. All right, so these little circles, like a belly dancer maybe, or a hula hoop. And this is very good because you're engaging abdominal muscles and low back muscles. And that's what we want to target right now. Get a little bit limber, they can get very stiff, and then pause in the center. Come back to center and take a deep breath through the nostrils. And then let's do a letting go breath. So sighing it out. And then a moment of stillness. All right, let's go the opposite direction now. We'll start with little circles pressing those sit bones into the chair and moving the pelvis front and back. So it's primarily moving the pelvis more than the spine now, even though there'll be little movements. So the belly goes back to the side and front, side, back, side, front, right? So little tiny circles with the lower end of your torso. Just wherever you're able to move it, just finding a smooth, simple path, a little flow here. And then bring it back to center. All right. So now this will take us right into our cat-cow that we use to wake up our whole spine. So your hands are on your thighs, sort of mid-thighs. Sit up tall. When you inhale, slide your hands back towards your hips. Let your heart come forward and take your chin up. Draw the shoulder blades down and in. When you exhale next time, we'll slide your hands towards the knees. We'll tuck your tailbone around your spine, drop your chin and pull your belly way in. So I took a lot of time explaining that. So now find it, the movement matching the length of your breath. So as long as you can inhale, you're finding a little back bend. And as long as you can exhale, you're pushing your knees away and rounding the back. So we're trying that now. Inhale up and exhale down. And you're trying to get mobility in each part of the spine and making space between one vertebra and the next. Making space between the ears and the shoulders. Let's do one more like this. And then come back to center. So I'm hoping that maybe it feels like the spine is lit up a little bit. Okay, so now there is a traditional yoga pose called chair. Chair pose, you imagine that you're sitting in a chair, but it very much strengthens the spine. So we'll do that and we'll take it in stages, all right? So you're sitting on your chair, you feel your sit bones, just lean forward a little bit. Spine is still long and you're just leaning forward. All right, now you'll begin to feel your abdominals have to support you, all ready to do that. And you might even notice the low back is working a little. Now just bring your hands just above your lap, just a little, maybe lean forward a little bit more. Now we'll take this in stages, and whenever you hit the place that feels most comfortable to you, you can stay there. Turn your palms in. Maybe take your arms up a little higher and lean forward a little bit more. Maybe the arms can come up by the shoulders and we lean forward. Maybe we can take the arms out like cactus arms and pause here. So you'll feel your upper back working as well as your abs. Then if you're able to, maybe you can take the arms long. Wherever feels right for you is where you want to be. All right, so we're going to pause here. So on the exhales, tuck that navel back gently. And on the inhale, can you expand your rib cage out to the sides? Do 2 more breaths here. So it's one of those things that looks like you're not doing anything, but actually it's a lot of work to be here. And then gently bring yourself back. All right, so one of the things we like to always make sure we do is everything that the spine can do. So we've already done flexion of the spine. Flexion is when we're rounding, and extension is when we're looking up. And we've hinged from our hips. Let's go to the sides a little bit. So let's try it with our hands behind our head. If that is not comfortable, hands can be on shoulders, hands can be on either shoulder, or even hands can stay in your lap. But if they're behind your head, if you're able to, it's a nice guide. All right. So let's inhale and gently look up. We'll get a little taller. And then when we exhale, let's just drop the chin down towards the chest and maybe draw the elbows in towards each other a little without putting undue strain on the neck. And then we'll take an inhale. This time, maybe take the elbows a little wider and look up a little bit more. Find a deeper back bend, especially in the low back. When you exhale, you'll gently drop your chin and maybe bring the elbows towards each other around your upper back like we did in cats. And then let's do that a few times. So whatever is your version of this. So maybe elbows are wide, or if the hands are on the shoulders, it's more moving through the spine. And then exhaling, coming forward. Take it slow so you can feel each part as the body moves. And let's look up again. And then finish up last time with your timing and your breath, exhaling and rounding down. And then inhale and come back to neutral when you're ready. I'll wait for us here. All right. So now we'll go side to side. So we inhale and get tall. And we'll exhale to the right. That left elbow goes up towards the ceiling. Use your inhale to float back to center, and you'll notice your core has to work here. And then exhale, take it to the left. Inhale back to center. Let's do that one more time before we change it up. So exhale, pull the navel in. And open up through the left ribs, the left side. Glide yourself back to center. And then exhale to the left, opening up the right side body. And bring it back to center. All right, now, when we take it to the right this time, release your right arm and let it just drape down. The left elbow goes up towards the ceiling. Inhale yourself back to center. That right hand can just be on the head. And we'll take it to the left and we'll drop the left arm. So this is all the work of the core to keep us stable while we keep destabilizing ourselves. Bring yourself back. We'll do that one more time. Bring it to the right and drop the right arm. Head is relaxed over to the side. Bring it back up. And we'll take it to the left. And then the last variation of this, come back to center. And this is, of course, an option, so you'll see what works for you. We'll exhale to the right, drop the right arm. And then if it feels okay, we'll release the left arm. And our arms will be a wide T, reaching away from each other. More work on the core because we have more weight away from the center. And use your inhale to bring yourself back up and bend your elbows for just a moment. When you exhale, we'll go to the left and release the right arm. Maybe. The arm can stay bent at the back of the head. Wherever it is right for you is what you have to determine. And then inhale yourself back up. Let's do that one more time on each side. The right arm goes down. Left arm comes up. Inhale back to center. And let's just take it the whole way over. Now keep your arms long and come back to center. And let's take a little twist. Again, if this doesn't feel comfortable, it can be a Y or even a V or hands on your shoulders. You want to take it to where you feel comfortable. Inhale here. And when you exhale, let's take a little twist to the right. And come back to center. And take a little twist to the left. Come back to center, and we'll do that one more time on each side. So just spiral around. Let the twist start in the belly and then the low ribs and chest. Bring yourself back up. Arms can be easy. And exhale to the left. and then bring yourself back to center and release. So you'll often see people, of course, with really straight arms, but if that doesn't feel good on the shoulders, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. So you always want to find where it works for you. So let's do a little something more with that twist. If you can, bring your hands in front of your heart, and they can be lower or higher, wherever it's comfortable. Now, sometimes you'll see people where they're hooking their elbow over the thigh and using almost their arms like a crowbar to get that twist. Instead, we're going to use our core to get that twist. So inhale and get tall. As you pull your belly in, just exhale and turn with your hands in your chest. It may not be as deep, but it's coming from the core. And then inhale yourself back to center. And we'll exhale, keep the hands right at the chest, so turning the hands to the left. And inhale back to center. Let's take it to the right again and pause. Now, the hands might be down here, they might be here or here. So again, you want to go wherever you're comfortable. And maybe you can lean forward a little bit. Maybe that left elbow can rest on the right thigh. And you can push down a little to lift the heart up. So explore that and see if that's possible. And then inhale back to center. And we'll try the same thing on the other side. So you'll inhale here to get tall. Exhale, pull the belly in, and then rotate the chest and the hands. Maybe look over the left shoulder, and if it feels okay, maybe that right elbow can rest on the left thigh. So you're now leaning forward and then twist. And then bring yourself back to center. Now we'll try one more version, and you can stick with either of the versions we've just done, or if you want to see what is possible. We'll take an inhale and get tall. We'll exhale and twist the heart and the hands to the right. And maybe now the left elbow can come to the right leg. And then push down and lift up the heart. But it can also be back here, or it can just be here. So see what works for you. And then let's inhale and bring ourselves back to center. And you'll find your expression of this twist to the left. So we inhale, get tall, pull the belly in, twist to the left. Maybe the elbow goes to the right leg, maybe the elbow goes to the left leg. Wherever you go, make sure it's not a struggle. You can even go to the inside of that left leg. One side of the body might not want to turn as much as the other. And then bring yourself back. All right. Let's do a little bit of abdominal work here. We've been engaging that, so we'll do a little bit more. So we'll do as we've been doing in the past. You can put your hands on your shoulders if that's comfortable, or you can do genie arms, or you can have your hands in your lap if that's more comfortable. I'll hold on to the shoulders. All right. The next time you inhale, you're getting tall and using your inhale to lean back. Maybe you'll end up touching the chair. Make sure you have space to move back so you can challenge your abdominal muscles. And then when you're ready to exhale, you'll use that exhale like a little engine. You can even blow it out of your mouth if that is comfortable to bring yourself forward. So let's try a few of those. So we'll inhale back and pause. And hold your breath a little bit like we did in the beginning of our breath work. And then like blow it out of your mouth to come forward. Let's do a few more. So inhale back. Find as long. And then exhale, bring yourself forward and up. Reassert that length of the spine. And use your next inhale to sink back. And exhale forward. So one more like this. Inhale back, pause. Back of the neck is long. And then exhale and come forward. All right, now we'll do just a little pivot to the right. So we're looking over our right knee. When you inhale, take it back towards your left hip. So it's a little diagonal stretch. You may not go back as far. And then use your exhale to bring yourself over that right knee. Let's do that one more time. So inhale back and exhale to the right knee. Come back to center. We'll pivot to look over the left knee. When you inhale, move back towards the right hip. And then exhale towards the left knee. You can sink a little towards that knee. And one more time, nice and smooth. Inhaling back. And then exhaling forward over that knee. Bring yourself back to center. And you always want to do a little symmetry after you've done asymmetry. So let's inhale straight back one more time. And then exhale forward. And then release your arms. All right. We're gonna do a little, just play with the arms and the shoulders a little bit now. And again, we'll coordinate it with our breath. So if it's okay and uncomfortable, bring your hands to your shoulders with your elbows forward. So that'll be an inhale when we bring our fingers to our shoulders. And then we'll just exhale the arms out straight or any place along there that feels okay. All right. So inhaling and touch the shoulders. And then exhale and extend the arm. Do that a few times. And again, if you really notice, your core has to sustain you as we're going in and out of this little balance. All right, now, hands are on your shoulders. Take your elbows out to the sides. Now, when you exhale, take your arms out to the sides. Unfold your arms. And then inhale, touch the shoulders. And exhale, take it out. Inhale, bring it in. We'll do it like this one more time, and then we're going to combine it. Like that. And then we bring it in. All right, now, hands are on your shoulders. Take your elbows forward. This is the inhale. And the exhales, take the arms out to the sides. Take them back. So now, inhale, you're sweeping your arms and tapping the shoulders. And exhale, extending the arms and sweeping them out wide. Sweep in and tap for your inhale. Sweep out and wide for your exhale. Sweep in and drop the chin this time. Sweep out and lift the chin. Sweep in and lower the chin. And sweep out and lift the chin. Do that one more time. Sweep in, lower the chin. Sweep forward and out. And lift the chin. And then relax your arms. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of the tapping now in between, just to give our arms and everything a little bit of a break. And let me see. Sure I get all my cues right. All right, so tapping is a way of working in meridians, which is what traditional Chinese medicine has charted the paths of energy in your body. And you probably know, like when we do some of the work, you'll feel energy, you'll feel pulsing, tingling, vibrating. It's not necessarily a vein or a nerve, it's energy that's moving through the body. And so we want to move. So traditional Chinese medicine is thousands of years old, and they've found lots of ways of moving energy. Sometimes it's through acupressure. Sometimes it's through acupuncture, if any of you have had the little needles that they stick in. And sometimes it's through this sort of tapping. And then Western, we've added little affirmations to it to help us. So let's take our hands and find the very center of your head and tap your head. And it might, some of these spots might feel a little sore. It's interesting. So just pay attention to that. And this is, I open myself to higher inspiration. So you can just hear that inside. I open myself to higher inspiration. Now take your peace fingers and you're going to tap the inside of your eyebrows. I am hopeful, vital, and fully alive. Now I'll repeat each one twice so you get to hear it. I am hopeful, vital, and fully alive. Now take your fingers and we'll tap on the outside of the eyes. And this is your gallbladder points. So I assert myself peacefully, releasing all anger and resentment. This is a big one for me. I release myself peacefully. Now I assert myself peacefully, sorry. So like you say what you need to say peacefully, and you release all anger and resentment. Now you'll tap right under the center of your eyes with your two fingers. And these are your stomach points, or the stomach meridian. And I trust in the process of life. I trust in the process of life. Now we'll use just one hand under the nose, but notice you might actually be able to feel those places. There's a little resonance there, like a little echo of what we just did. So I am grounded in gratitude. So underneath the nose. When I was in massage school, my one teacher used to always talk about taking an attitude of gratitude. So this is where we are. We are feeling gratitude. And sometimes we can feel a lack of gratitude, but there's always a little something in life to be grateful for. And that's what we're acknowledging right now. I am grateful for life. And now under the lip. I am centered in the spirit. So in yoga, we imagine that we are infinite, eternal spirit that's just housed inside this body for this lifetime. But our spirit will remain. So I am grounded and centered in spirit. All right, now you'll take both hands if you're able, and we'll go to the collarbones. So right under the collarbones here, and you might know that the word for heart, or just above the heart, the word for heart is the same word as courage. So I move forward in my life with courage. Just tap all around underneath the collarbones. I move forward in my life with courage. Now, right underneath the breastbone, the sternum here, is a gland called the thymus gland. Some of you may know the thymus gland produces T cells, which are more active in childhood than in adults, but they're still there. So we're going to tap our sternum, our breastbone, to stimulate our thymus gland underneath us. My immune system is strong and healthy. Right? It's like we're knocking on the door of our thymus gland going, hey, you in there? Come on out. My immune system is strong and healthy. And now find sort of the center of your rib cage, your lowest ribs, just right underneath your breast actually. And you'll tap there. And this is a point that goes along with digestion, metabolism. I nourish myself with kindness. So they recommend, like if you're taking a supplement or some medicine or even diet, food, if you have digestive problems, if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, you tap here before you take the supplement, the vitamin, the medicine, the meal, and you say, I nourish myself with kindness. All right, and here are the ones that Carol had requested. So the center of our chest, of our wrist here, this is the pericardium. Peri means around, so pericardium is the wall of connective tissue that surrounds the heart. So we tap here and we say, I take good care of my heart. We're speaking for our pericardium. So Carol, we're taking good care of your heart here. Tapping in. And you might even feel a little tinge or a tingle at the end of your fingertips here, because we're pushing that energy into the hands, stimulating the hands. All right, now the inside of the wrist is going to end at the pinky. This is the side of the hand. And this is really tender on me, but this is for your heart. And it says, I love myself deeply and completely. We're just tapping together at the base of the heel of the hand, on the side of the hand, the meridian for your heart that runs right up through your pinky and your ring finger. I love myself deeply and completely. And then shake your hands out. And so now we're going to do the base of the thumb here. So we'll take one hand up and one hand down. So we're just hitting the inside of the wrist where the thumb meets it. I let go of stale energy. I breathe in pure, clear chi. So chi is the Chinese term, prana is the Sanskrit term, ki is the Japanese term, and force is the Star Wars term, right? So we're taking and stimulating the force, the life force within us. So I let go of stale and stagnant energy. I breathe in pure, clear. So now the karate chop, that's the side of the hand. So take one hand and chop on the side of the other hand. I know what I want. I am decisive. Doesn't that seem like it? Where you're like pounding on the table. I know what I want. I am decisive. And then let's reverse the hands. The other one is on top. I know what I want. I am decisive. And then the very last thing is another big one. So you'll need to sort of draw your lip over your teeth so you can get that space right at the flare of your nostrils, like that. All right, but I won't do it just so I can speak. What this is, you're going to tap with both fingers right at the edge of that nostril, the flare of your nostrils, and you kind of draw the skin down to make sure you can really tap in there. And this is, I let go of anger, fear, guilt, and shame. I let go of anger, fear, guilt, and shame. And then shake your hands out. All right. Now warm your hands up by rubbing them together. Yes, Helena, we got lots of energy in our hands now. So warm them up, warm them up, warm them up. And now pick one part of your body that might be ailing or a little weak or feeling like it needs an extra jolt of life force. I'm going to take my knee and take these warm hands with all this prana that we built up in our hands. And I'm just going to rub that area of my body that needs a little extra love. Sometimes the parts of us that hurt, we feel a little resentful, angry, or we want to distance ourselves from it. And I realize it's like, no, they need actually more love. We have to like just flood that area, your sore elbow, your pelvis that cracked, your shoulder blade, your rotator cuff that tore, your knee that's giving you a little bit of discomfort. It's like just flood it with some life force and some energy. And you might realize that, like, if you, especially when you were a kid, if you fell down and hurt your knee, you kind of take a deep breath and you go like that and rub it. And that was you not even realizing that you were doing it. Take that breath in, that prana, and then you rub your hand. And so you're delivering prana to the part of you, the boo-boo that just happened. So we still want to keep doing that in our life, right? Bring our prana to all our boo-boos. All right. Let's take one hand on top of the other, and we can just lightly pat here. This is the biggest boo-boo of all, right, for our heart. So sending a little self-love, compassion, and kindness, sending it right in, and imagining that we can go 1,000 feet down deep into the inside of us and plant these seeds of loving kindness and compassion here. Imagine that tree behind us again, and we're borrowing the strength from the tree. Let it come through the back of your heart into the front of your heart. We are a tree, silent, quiet, strong, and peaceful. And then take that energy into your hands, hold them together, and place them right in front of your heart. Close your eyes and lower your chin. Bring your hands right up against your sternum. Feel your sternum and your ribs as they surround the heart. Feel your lungs as you inhale and the ribs expand. And as you exhale and the ribs gently draw back to center. So feeling all those parts of us, our life force that travels on our breath. Clear mind, open heart. The light within me sees and honors the light within each of you. Namaste.